Hi there, Pisces, and welcome back to Star Lourdes Tarot. This is your tarot forecast for the month of July 2019. I went ahead, shuffled the cards, laid them all out in a Celtic cross. Let's see what's going on for Pisces. First up, we have Major Arcana, the Temperance in the upright, followed then by Major Arcana, Death card, upright. And next we have the Six of Cups, upright, followed then by Major Arcana, the Devil, reversed. And then we have Major Arcana, the Star in the upright. And next we have the Five of Pentacles, reversed. Followed then by the Seven of Swords, reversed. And next we have the Knight of Swords in the upright. Followed then by the Four of Wands, upright. And lastly, we have the Six of Swords in the upright. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and interpret this read for you guys. First of all, Pisces, for your overall energy, you have that of Major Arcana, Temperance in the upright position. Really nice. Actually, you've got quite a few Major Arcana here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, could be an intense month for Pisces. The Temperance card in the upright position mainly speaks to mixing and blending things really well. It's also a card that represents healing on a very vast level, like a very high, even spiritual level. The Temperance card is where we're kind of rising above the sort of mundane problems of the world. We're rising above that. Water signs actually have a tendency to do that from time to time, can actually rise above things from the spiritual standpoint. So for you guys being Pisces, you guys being a water sign, I definitely can see that being a big thing in the month of July. We are in Cancer season, you know, compatible water sign. So that could be definitely what's going on for some of you. For others of you, the Temperance card speaks of mixing and blending things in a really good way. So say, for example, if some of you are getting involved with maybe you're starting a new job, it could be that you're mixing and blending really well with the other people you're working with. If you're working creatively with other people in your own business, or if you're working in the creative arts, everything is blending and mixing really well. This is talking about cooperation, you know, more on a grand scale, on a spiritual scale, and on the actual physical scale. This is my baker's card, I call it. So if any of you are doing some baking this month, it looks like things are going well. And what's crossing you is Major Arcana, the Death card, the Scorpio card in the upright position. The Death card mainly speaks of a transformation, a major transformation that's going on in some area of your life. Now, it is covering a spiritual card and healing card of the Temperance. Maybe some of you are doing some major transformation on the spiritual realm. Maybe you're transforming an area of your spiritual life, or your religious life, whatever the case may be for you. But Pisces, you're transforming something or changing something up. It's almost like something needs to come to its natural end in order for you to build on sort of like the rubble of the old. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. I mean, we have to build on what was destroyed in order to build the future, right? So it's kind of like that could be going on, like on a major level for some of you. But for others of you, this could just be transforming an aspect of your life. It could be transforming an area of your life in terms of, say, your work life. Maybe you're going from working full-time to just working part-time. Maybe you're going to try that transformation, or you're going from working part-time to working full-time and try that transformation. Or maybe you're transforming an area of your relationship that isn't working because you're trying to make everything blend and work better with the Temperance energy. So maybe you're trying to transform an area of your life where there's conflict and there's problem to bring better cooperation in there. So it's going to be different for all of you. Remember, it's just a general read, but that's what I'm picking up with the Death card in that scenario. Now, in your past, this is something that you could have been dealing with a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago, but here we have the blast from the past in your past card. The Six of Cups is here to basically tell me that some of you may have been dealing with a situation from your past, or had past memories come back to you recently. Maybe you heard a song or watched a movie or something that reminded you of the good old days, and you could have been reminiscing with a family member or a friend or somebody from your past recently and talking about that. But some of you could have actually had an experience where you got together with people from your past. And this could have even been a special soulmate, because this is also known as a soulmate card, or someone that you met who felt like someone that you've known from the past, like a past life kind of thing. So some of you could have had an experience with someone like that. Or it could have been that you were actually reunited with people from your past, but it's in the upright, so it was a good experience, it looks like. Now, coming out of the month of June and moving into the month of July, we have major arcana here, the Devil in the reverse position, the Capricorn card. When the Devil's in the upright position, this is where it can point to a lot of temptation, a lot of bondage to the material. I mean, the Devil has so many different meanings to it, this card, but mostly it speaks of obsessions and addictions and that kind of thing. But obsessions mostly of the OCD kind, where we can't stop thinking about something. When the card is in the upright position, that's kind of the energy we're in, where we're trying to move past a thought or an addiction, and we can't. We're struggling with our willpower. When the card is inverted like this, though, it could be for any of you, say for example, if you were actually trying to stick to your diet or quit smoking or things like that, the willpower is going to be easy for you coming into the month of July. And for those of you who are maybe ruminating too much on your thoughts and going over and over and over again in your head, that will be coming to an end. So that's really good. You come into the month of July, it looks like pretty strong. Your willpower is really good. And it looks like you're kind of serious this month, Pisces. That energy gives way in the early part of July to the Aquarius card in the upright position. This is the Star, major arcana. Like I said, you do have a few major arcana here. It's all sort of right in this beginning area, not so much at the end of the month, but this is the Star. Beautiful energy. The Star, again, is healing energy. Wish upon a star. It's also a card that represents that sort of feeling inside where you just know. And Pisces, come on, you guys are very, very intuitive. You often pick up things long before they ever happen. So it's that intuitive knowing, but in the Star energy, that's perfect, because if you're just knowing, you're knowing something that's going to make you happy, because the Star card is all about optimism, right? And having that blind faith and feeling like you just know something good is around the corner. You just feel it. You can feel it in your bones. You just know. That's why you're feeling optimistic towards something in a particular area in your life. You could have a wish connected to it, because it's kind of a wish card too, right? Wish upon a star. But there's some area of your life you're feeling really optimistic about, and you just kind of have that blind faith that you just know it's going to work out. And around the middle of the month, we have the energies of the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position. Well, this is good news for any of you who've been maybe struggling with financial issues, because the Five of Pentacles in the upright can represent feeling like the finances are tight and we don't have enough to, that we feel we need enough resources. When the card is inverted like this can represent that your finances feel a little bit easier come the middle of July. For others of you, this is the card that can represent abandonment in the upright position. Well, if you have abandoned someone or someone has abandoned you, it could be that you see a return of that person. It could be even someone from your past. Maybe they were there and then they disappeared for a while, but now you just know, you sense that they're coming back, and there they are, right around the middle of the month. It's if you're missing someone who has forsaken you, who has abandoned you, has left you, and maybe you didn't know why, you may be sensing that they're about to return, and if that's the case, you are correct. Now, in your position of you internally, not necessarily the face you're showing to the world, we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse position. Well, the Seven of Swords in the upright position, this is a card it represents avoidance, right? Trying to sneak away, trying to avoid a situation, avoid a person. This can also represent the little sneak thief running off with your goods or things like that. When the card is inverted like this can represent where we're no longer avoiding a situation. Now remember, this is you internally and how you're feeling in the month of July. It could be that you're facing something or someone maybe that you were avoiding or was avoiding you. I think whatever that situation is, definitely the avoidance is over, because this is a return of someone, and this is the no longer avoiding someone. So it could have been a mutual thing. Maybe they were avoiding you and you were avoiding them, but it looks like it's going to be a head-on situation this month where you are just sort of put in a position where you have to deal with one another. So that could be what's going on, and it looks like you're in full cooperation because you're in the position of someone who is not wanting to avoid the situation or the person any longer. Now in your your people and environment position, we do have the Knight of Swords in the upright position. This is another court card, could be representing a person. If it's representing a person, this is air energy, that of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. Now it could be an air sign in your environment or someone in your midst. This could be someone in your work situation, in your family situation, in your friendships, or it could be a love interest coming, swooping in here very quickly. We all know how fast the Knight of Swords moves. He moves in very quickly. Sometimes he comes out of nowhere. For some of you, this is in your environment. The Knight of Swords could be swooping in here with some important information for you, Pisces, or this could be a love interest who just sort of maybe you meet this person through someone in your environment, could be a family member, a friend, and all of a sudden they introduce you to the Knight of Swords and boom, they come in. For others of you, this could be long-awaited information that you're waiting from somebody. He could be anyone from, someone who wants to give you a written contract about something. Again, could be business related, could be legally related. The Knight of Swords represents communication and written documents and things like that. So that could be headed your way, but it's going to come in very quickly in the month of July. Like you don't even see the Knight of Swords coming. It's just boom, and all of a sudden he's there. And he's full of information, or he's full of because they do bring in offers, so it could be a written offer, like I said, or a deal or something like that. So there's something exciting very quickly coming towards you from your environment. Be on the lookout there, Pisces, because you never know. Like I said, could be introduced by a family member, a friend, or something like that, or a work person. Your hopes and fears position, we do have the Four of Wands in the upright position. This is beautiful energy. If this is what you're hoping for, Pisces, what a great thing to hope for. The Four of Wands is beautiful energy. This is the reaching the summit. We have arrived. Maybe Pisces is looking for that end goal here, because that's what the Four of Wands is all about. You're hoping for victory, happiness, a conclusion of a situation. The Four of Wands can represent engagement or a conclusion of a project or things like that. So your hopes are really in a good place. You're really, you set your hopes up high. Remember, you're optimistic and you're feeling very hopeful in the month of July. And the last card you have up is the Six of Swords in the upright position. You do have the Scorpio card here, and Scorpio also got this as their end card. The Six of Swords in the upright position. This is all about moving on from emotional difficulties. Some of you, it could be literally moving on. Maybe some of you are actually moving homes, moving offices. Some of you could be moving across the country, or some of you are just metaphorically moving on. You're moving on from emotional turmoil or difficulties from the past or from the recent situations. You're just, it looks like you're in a pretty good place this month, Pisces. You really do. And at the end of the month, you're just, you're ready to make your moves, whatever the case may be. And you're definitely not stuck in any kind of emotional turmoil or anything. I see a lot of brightness, happiness, optimism. Great reading for you guys. Well, I hope this reading helped you, Pisces. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.